So I've worked with a few people that use HighLevel, but they're not using all the features. And in this video, I wanted to go through the calendar in particular and show you how it compares to more popular tools like Calendly or cow.com. Because I've worked with a few people that have actually got the funnel set up, they've got, forms, surveys, they're using a lot of features, but they just didn't know that GoHighLevel have a Calendly sort of cow.com sort of replacement. So you don't actually need that software cost. And if you're using it, I think this will be valuable for you because you can actually consolidate all of that into one, which is the power of HighLevel, is being able to do everything. And so in this video, we'll go through the entire setup, show you some tweaks that you should probably make before going live, how to do some of the reminders, the advanced way and then the simple way. And stay to the end, watch the video, let me know in the comments if you had any other particular use cases around this. The calendar feature is very confusing, there's a lot there, but if you've got a certain use case, put it in the chat and or the comments I should say, and can try to help you out. But we'll get into it. I'm sharing my screen now. So the first thing that you want to do as you're in your profile, you've got your HighLevel open. The first thing you do is go to my profile and you scroll down to the bottom and go to calendar settings and you go add new. Now this is going to be really important because you're connecting it to your personal or your work calendar and making sure that there's no conflicts, because the HighLevel calendar is separate. It's where all the slots are and everything like that. It then takes that booking and checks for conflicts within your calendar that you've connected. And if you've got this connected, it's also the reason why it can send Google Meets on your behalf or Teams, whatever you prefer. And even if you still wanted to run with Calendly, you can even connect that and sync it across. So it's really advanced. Like HighLevel have done an incredible job of bringing in like very popular tools and making the CRM complete, like in terms of all the different tools that are out there. I mean, they've got integration with Notion and all the other platforms that you would need in terms of project management. But for calendar, I think you're covered, and you actually don't even need this. But everyone's got a personal calendar like a Outlook or a Google Calendar. So this is the first step. You want to create a connection to your Google Calendar, and I'll do that now. Go through the steps. Make sure all your services are selected. And voila. You've got, there we go. Now we're connected. We've got our Google Calendar. There's my email there. We've got a linked calendar there, so it's checking for conflicts. And you can, if you want, if other people can see this calendar, you can just hide certain events in your personal. And you want to scroll down a bit further, so you're still in your profile, and we can open up the calendars that your schedule is active on. There's nothing here right now, but you do, generally speaking, want to set your working hours and the times that you are available, because HighLevel is also going to check this. And if you're connected on a calendar, it's going to check this and your other calendar, your personal or your work one, your Google Calendar. You can add specific days if you really want. And then once you've done this setup, this is quite a wide window, we now go over to calendars and create a new calendar. Now in this example, I'm just going to pretend I'm a sales coach and people book one-on-one consults with me, and that's kind of the use case for this. Now that's the most simple one, and if you just read this calendar type menu here, there are many different types, each with their own certain use cases. So don't just select one thinking that's relevant to you. Actually take the time to read what each calendar is for. So class booking, for example, good for webinars, group training, online classes. Service bookings, this spa appointments, repair services, all that sort of stuff. Event calendar, that's a little bit more simple. Each one has their own, I guess, niches or different criterias as well. So they don't all work the same, but a lot of the times it's round robin, events, or personal. Those are the three like main ones that I've used with other people and usually covers everything. So we'll do a personal booking and we'll call it personal coaching call. And then I'll just change the widget URL to Fabian and just put my name. Go 30 minutes. If we really wanted to, you can connect Stripe and use payments. Go advanced settings. Now we're in the editing function of the calendar and we'll go through each part and I'll try to give you a bit of context, but I do want to keep it to setting it up very similar to Calendly and cow.com. So I want to try to streamline this, keep it very similar to how you would set it up on there. And most people's use cases is like a coaching call anyway. So, or some sort of, consultation. So description, you can add that in. One call for business with me. Just do something simple. Meeting invite title. This is going to be key. So we can go coaching call with, and I'm going to use a variable here. If we hit this tag, we can go the appointment, assign user, and first name. And it's added it to the end. And what that is doing is whoever's attached, whatever staff member within the HighLevel account is attached to this calendar, then their first name is going to be pulled there. And the person that booked, or the contact, lead, whatever it is, their name's going to be there. So we might actually change this to first name. So we just change that to first name. I'm pretty sure that's a variable that exists. Contact, first name, perfect. So in the meeting invite, we're going to have coaching call with Fabian X John, or something like that. Change the color, so how this appears on the actual calendar view. Kind of change that there. Staff and location. So this is the important part. And I'm going to select myself here. And you can see here for this calendar type, because it's a personal, one-to-one, I can only select one staff member. But for other calendars, you can select multiple. And each person can have their own meeting location. Meeting location is a tricky one. So we can ask the booker where they want to meet. We can use the full address of whatever's set up in your HighLevel account, or we can use Google Meet. And if you do this, I'm pretty sure you can do Google Meet or a physical location. So I actually like this. If you're someone that meets up with people locally, you can allow the person that books to choose what location. I'm not going to keep it like this, but this is an option for a lot of people. They didn't know that this was something that you could do. So the booker, whoever's booking the appointment, can select whether it's the full address or it's a custom address. And you can add in a display label. So it's like, select what cafe do you want to meet at, or whatever it could be. You can put in a custom display label. And let's just remove this. We won't ask the booker. We'll just keep it to Google Meet. It's already added there, so that's fine. And we'll move to the next part. So booking availability. This is really important. What we're actually going to do is we're going to edit this. I don't want it to be what I have set for myself. What I want it to do is set this calendar up to be like the business one or during office hours. Because right now it's pulling in my availability, but GoHighLevel is quite advanced. So you can do both. You can look at your availability and have slots open for certain things. Because if you've got a calendar with multiple people on it, it needs to figure out who's available for a given slot and book accordingly. Just to keep that in mind, I think to keep it streamlined, we'll keep it as this really wide window here that we've got. Recurring meeting, no, we're going to keep that off. Booking rules, so it is a 30-minute meeting. The duration, the interval is how many slots appear. So if you got 11 and 12, there will be 3 slots that appear. There will be 11, 11:30, and 12. Right, so every 30 minutes you'll see a slot. Minimum scheduling notice. How many days do they need to book in advance? So I usually put 2. Date range. How far in advance can they book? Let's just do 3 months. Pre-buffer time. Now, if you do a high volume of calls and you just need 10 minutes or before and after, this is the 2 options here. You've got post and pre. So you can do 5, so that gives you 10 minutes on the entire booking, each appointment. And so if you have a call at 11, call goes for half an hour. It's actually, if someone tried to book the next call, they would see the 12 o'clock slot. They wouldn't see 11:30, just because you've got this post buffer time. How many bookings per day? Maximum bookings per slot is only 1. There's only 1 person on here. So yeah, those are these settings. If again, GoHighLevel has done a really good job of giving you these little indicators of what each of these mean. So if you ever get confused, you can always reference there. Forms and confirmations. Now this is a more advanced setup. You can do a custom form. So in this account, I can go back to the forms section and pick a custom form that I want to add. And then you can change the order of it. So right now, the default form is first name, last name, email, phone. That's all I really need. And I'm just going to keep these settings like this. Sticky contacts, we can keep that off. So that's if someone that has already been on that page, the ID is recognized or the device is recognized, and it'll populate their contact details. Keep that off. Consent box. Yeah, we can keep that on. Guests, we can add on guests. We can ask for name and email of the guest. So for whoever's booking it, can provide that. You could also do just the number of people that will be joining, or you can require the guest to make a booking as well. But for this one, we'll keep guests off. So 1-to-1. And the confirmation page, we can direct it to a URL, which is quite cool. You don't need to put that in here, actually. You can do that on the funnel if you've got a funnel. So, but if you don't, you can actually do it from here too. We'll just have a display method. Pixels, if you're running ads, you can add your meta pixel there. Go to payments. We're not going to set up any payments. The notification policy. If we want to set up anything here, nothing too important here. I think when you are starting to have multiple people on one calendar, this setting will become important, because who the owner of the appointment will be is the person that will be assigned to that contact. Something that is a bit of a rabbit hole to go down. If you ever need any advice on what to select here, just keep it normal right now. So the assigned contacts to their respective calendar team members each time an appointment is booked. So because I am attached to this calendar, anytime someone books an appointment, I'm going to be assigned to that person at contact level. It's a bit more of a CRM sort of thing. Try not to get your head too caught up in it, but again, keep it at the natural state. That should be fine. Cancellation policy, and do you want to allow a block off the time that they can reschedule? Not really. It should be okay. That most people will let you know if they need to cancel. They'll use the link. If you really wanted to, you could add 10 minutes. So what will happen is if they try to make a change to their booking and it's 10:50, appointment's at 11, it's going to say, oh, can't actually cancel. For particular businesses, they need that. But for this example, we're quite laid back. Now, this third-party calendar setting, this is what shows in the meeting invite notes. So if you allow Google or Outlook to send the invitation, in the meeting notes, it's going to have these details. So if I just open that up, it will have the person's phone and email and any rescheduling links or cancellation. And usually I turn this off because I don't want Google or Outlook sending the client or the lead anything about the meeting. I would rather do that myself because we can control it a bit more. So just to minimize confusion. Let's save it. We'll do the last setting, which is the widget appearance. So let me go back into it. The widget appearance. Primary colors. Do you want to display certain buttons or text? We'll keep it all on. Code, you can override certain things in there, change anything you'd like. The main part of our calendar is set up. Now we just need to configure the notifications when someone does create an appointment. So if I go back into the calendar and edit it, there is a section, notifications and policies, right? In this notification section, this is the basic setup, but you can configure your reminders, cancellation, reschedule, follow-ups from here. GoHighLevel have added this within the last year, I think, maybe a bit longer, but I always prefer to do it at a automation level. But for this example, we'll keep it simple. We can do it here. But I do want to show you the automation level and how to configure that. So we'll go back, go to automation, and we'll start a new workflow. And to do all your notifications for anytime someone books, we'll name this appointment booking calendar and call it the personal calendar, I think it was. I don't need to name it that well, but we'll figure it out. The trigger would be an appointment is booked. So we go appointment status, filter, appointment status, filter any booking that is in calendar, personal coaching call. And who should go into this workflow? I would choose contact and guests and go save trigger. So if you got your trigger set up, you go send email action, and then you can select a template. I actually like doing it this way because I've already got these templates set up. You can create them really brand aligned. You can create really fancy ones than the ones that you just see in this standard sort of quick compose setting. Like you just add, this is just plain HTML text. Whereas the templates, I can use HTML snippets, I can use the drag and drop builder and bring them in. I actually prefer to do it that way. It's the longer setup, but again, the brand experience that you can provide is a lot better. So just to keep that in mind when you're building this, take the time to give that brand experience is always more valuable. So, but for this example in this video, we'll just do quick compose. I'll write it with AI, formal, email. Make sure to edit custom for meeting location. I wonder if this will get it right, because in the past it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't. I think this should be something else. So it should be appointment. Yeah, appointment meeting location. It didn't get it right, but it gave me a start, and this is wrong too. It shouldn't be full name. It should just be name. I actually don't like name, to be honest, so I'll go first. Score name. That is the variable that you want. Anyway, so you've got in these wrong variables, so we'll change it. Don't need duration. The time would be the appointment start time. The date would be the appointment. What do we want? Full date, I think. It's not start date. Yeah, it is start date. Appointment only a start date. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Thank you for choosing us. We don't need that. This is wrong variable anyway. But we will add appointment. I'll find it actually. Don't want to get this wrong. Assigned user, first name. So yeah, this email is, "Hi, John. We are pleased to inform you that your booking has been confirmed. Please find the details of your meeting below." This will pull in the Google Meet link. This will pull in the date of the meeting and the time of the meeting, start date and time. If you really wanted to, you could add start date and start time in one line. So date and time here. But yeah, we'll keep it like this, just for example's sake. And go save action. And so that is your booking confirmation. And then you would fill in your variables as well. So again, we will try to add the assigned user's full name and the assigned user's appointment, assigned user email. And voila, we're done. Hit save. And this is the way you would do it in the automation section. However, we'll show you now the easier way. Head back over to calendar, settings, calendar, find the calendar we just created, drop down into advanced settings, form and confirmation we don't need. It's the notification and policies. And here are your options where you can configure those notifications. So cancellation, it's as simple as opening up the editing button. It's as simple as opening the edit button. Right now it's set to disable, so we'll turn it on. Turn on the app as well. SMS, we'll turn it on. WhatsApp, we can keep as. And here we go. We've now got predefined template via GoHighLevel's kind of default setting. And we can keep it like this. There's no need to change it. They've even added these little buttons here, which is kind of cool. For some reason, the spacing is all messed up though. So I'll just fix that up. And we're good. That's it. So you can see the variables that they're using. The appointment title. I would actually sometimes, what I like to do is, we can leave it like this. I was going to add the appointment title into the subject line, but no, we'll just leave it like that. And we add the from name here. So we can do appointment, assigned user, full name, appointment, assigned user, email. It's made it very simple for us. Like we can just, even if we wanted to test it from here, that's fine. We can change what the email would look like for different people. So the assigned user, you might just want to put, "Hey, you've got booking." And we can just do the contact's full name. And we'll do the appointment. Let's do the appointment. Start date and time. When? Name. Meeting link. And keep it super simple. Where are you? Meeting location. There it is. Lost it for a second. And hit save. And again, you could also use a template that you've made. So I guess it is really up to you. If you want to, spend time and put it in actual automation, I do prefer it that way because I can see the logs and if there's anything gone wrong. But if you're short on time, you just want to get this set up quite quickly, this is a perfect option as well. So each their own. Additional emails. If there's a guest that's added, so they would get this email. But for now, we could even enter in somebody that we want to add. So anyone in particular, they would get this email. And I think if we switched on guests, there would be a fourth drop down with guests. So hit save, and then we would do the exact same process for all of these. So cancellation, we can switch it on. Again, in app, switch it on. SMS, switch it on. And they've all got their own predefined templates here. Just open that up. And again, you can pull in your SMS templates and do all of it, through this way. So I think you guys get the gist of this. Once your calendar is set up and it's firing off, the main thing is the meeting location, that, the meeting link is there. It's in the email. What we'll do now is we'll actually test it, make sure that that meeting link is being sent. So what I might do before we test is just make sure that, it's in Drive. That's cool. Okay, go to our calendar. And the beauty of this is it provides you all the links that you need. And just to quickly go over these, your scheduling link. So this is with your personal URL that you added at the start. And the permanent one is this code. It's the ID of the calendar. Now, if you were to change the name, the ID wouldn't change. So that's why this permanent one is one that will never change. But this could change. You could go back in the settings and change the calendar name or the calendar URL slug to something else. So again, they give you that sort of information down there. One time is if it's just one link, you kind of want the link to disappear, and then you can embed it on the website. We'll go copy for this one. Give it a test. And this has got Ask the Booker. So let's go. That's interesting. I thought I turned that off. What I might do is just refresh. Maybe it saved it. So let's just double check that. Oh, it's got Ask the Booker there. That's cool. So I'll delete these, add myself back in, and just add that as the meeting location. Perfect. And we'll give it a test. And there it is. So we'll go testing. I'll block this off. This works. Confirm. Continue. Find a slot. 8 o'clock. You can change the order in this. You can make sure it's the slot first. Meeting's been scheduled. You can add it there now. This is all I care about. As long as the meeting location has populated properly, that's the main thing. And then now we can check our calendar. Probably went to spam, to be honest. And here's the email. So we're all set up. And that's pretty much the video. It's how Calendly work and cal.com. So again, if you need more advanced tutorials on this, let me know, and I'm happy to help you out. So thanks for watching.